So, it's early morning, 6 o'clock besides, and what better time than to talk about language families, language evolution, borrowings. Anyway, this is something that I kind of figured out, and I think linguists don't think about it too much. And right now I'll try to explain how you can get a language that seems to have borrowed a lot from another language family, but is not related to that language. For example, there's a Finnish that has a lot of words from Germanic and Slavic languages, and yet it is unrelated. Or you can have Hungarian, you can have anything really. You can have French, you have Scottish, well, Scots, whatever. So try to imagine two tribes. Those tribes speak completely different languages, and eventually those two tribes meet. And instead of fighting, they decide to, you know what? Let's form a bigger tribe. Let's be friends. Let's all marry each other. Let's be happy. Let's be together. So either two tribes or like some people from tribe A, some people from tribe B, and they merge and they become one. And what happens after that is you have a population that is bilingual. It speaks two languages. And with time, as you might imagine, the people will be getting tired of speaking two languages, and they will try to figure out how to make it one. And in just a few generations, you will get people deciding on which words to use for which object, like up, down, fast, slow, water, air, go, you, me, good, bad, heaven, hell. So you would have, let's say, two words describing two things from two different languages. And this bilingual group will eventually take one and eliminate one of the words to make it simpler. Perhaps the word that ends up being used will be influenced by the second word that was dropped in like pronunciation or something. Or perhaps we can have two words for one thing. One word becomes the dominant major one, the one that's actually used, and the second one will become a secondary word to describe like a different state of it. For example, you have fire and you have flame. Flame is pretty much always related to fire. You have fire, you have flame, two words. Probably you had, again, two tribes coming together. One had fire, one had flame, and eventually they merged together, and they decided fire will be the main word for fire, and flame will be like a secondary helping word. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is word borrowings from, in any language, borrowings don't just happen because a group of people decide to borrow just because. The biggest reason for borrowings in human history, and it is a big claim, and I'm making it right now, most borrowings happened when different tribes speaking different languages merged together to form a bigger one. And eventually the two languages got mixed, and either you get a middle ground, sort of, when it's like half languages from one group, half from the other. Grammar kind of becomes one, so it's like a mixture of two, or you can have one dominate and one kind of remaining. So yeah, if you ever wondered why like your language has some words from a different language that may or may not be even related, chances are, in the past, two tribes met, became one, and that's where all the borrowings come from.